Hi Virgo, this is a reading for Virgo Sun, Moon Rising, North Node, and this is a reading for the remainder of Cancer season. Trust that the message will find you when it's meant to. So, even if you're watching this at a different time, you might be dealing with Cancer, Capricorn axis issues. Issues of home, belonging, family, love, life, death, all of those things. So Virgo, I was channeling some messages for you, and what I got was that you are right now closing a cycle, whatever it is in your life, whichever sector of your life that might be. And I feel that you're healing pain. You're quite possibly in pain currently, but you're in the process of healing that because you are closing a cycle. Okay. I also received an intuitive hunch that this could be relevant if you have a progressed Virgo sun. I'm not an astrologer, and even so, from my research, I don't usually work with those aspects. Not all astrologers do. But if you know anything about a progressed sun and you happen to have a progressed Virgo sun, this is going to be especially relevant, I got. Also, I don't like to bring up other zodiac signs in people's readings, but I do feel Libra coming through, or maybe you're just working with Libra issues of like balance, right? What I feel and why this is relevant is that I feel that you're waiting for the conditions to be just right for something. And there are positive and negatives to this, right? Because you are so meticulous and you notice the finer things. Waiting for the conditions to be just right, or making so the conditions are just right, can be a positive thing, but it can also be negative if it stalls your progress forward, right? There's some trouble with perfection. And we'll look into if this comes up for you. We're just going to jump right into the cards and see what's coming through for you, Virgo. I don't channel any particular themes. I just let come through what's meant to in that moment, and you'll find it if it's relevant. Virgo. I feel a bit of hesitation, a bit of closed offness, a bit of like I'm having trouble accessing you, and so maybe you're kind of in that Cancerian energy of like being in your shell, sort of like keeping your cards close to the chest because you might be healing some pain and you're trying to make moves, plans for yourself in this state. And so I'm just going to ask Spirit to be able to have access to the Virgos that are part of the soul group and need a message. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, the remainder of Cancer season. There we go. Virgo. Okay, I have to mention, this will be the last time. This Three of Pentacles came out, and this is bringing me back to last cycle's Libra reading that was called Step into the Spotlight Libra. And this card came out for them, so if there's any whim that you need to go watch that, do so. That's just the only thing I wanted to bring up about it, but that was a message I needed to share. So we have the Princess of Pentacles. We have the Five of Cups, Three of Pentacles, the Devil. What I'm getting immediately for you, Virgo, is fear and longing. Fear and longing. So, mourning something, wanting to do something else, but being held back or influenced by fear. And perhaps there being some negative influences around that could be influencing your decision-making process, whether those are coming from within you or outside of you or both. That devil is really indicating that to me. I feel hopeful for you. I feel like the sun is out and it's going to be shining. Or maybe when you close your eyes, you can imagine this future for yourself. This future is right now, I just heard. And so whatever loss or pain or longing you're experiencing, I do feel you're going to come out of it. Let's see what else for Virgo. All of my info is in the description box below. Okay. I feel strongly that was the same stack of cards that I put back. So let's see. The Three of Swords. Woo! 10 of Pentacles. A little erratic there. Temperance. The Knight of Swords. And Ace of Cups. I do have a quick message. This Temperance and the Knight of Swords kind of fell out in reverse, and I read reversals. However, I keep all the cards in my deck upright, and this one wasn't indicated to me to keep in the reverse. However, it's a side message for those of you who are dealing with balance and an unstable energy outside of yourself. What I'm feeling is like an unstable person outside of you, and particularly if this has to do with romance or a romantic partnership, relation, situation. Ooh, whoa. It fell right there with the devil. I don't get a good feeling about this, and this is just a side message that there's not much this person can offer you. So the remainder of the reading will not have to do with them. That's just really specific, not for everybody, but it's for a few people. And Spirit wants you to know, like, do not apply these positive messages coming into this person, because there's nothing there for you, frankly. Without Temperance in reverse. Temperance in reverse is not a good indicator of a healthy situation. So that's just a message so that you know, and so we can move on. That do not apply these positive messages to this situation. This has to do with something else. Spirit just wants you to know. And they're being very frank about it. But I guess, you know, you like that, Virgo. Ace of Cups. I feel you brewing something. I feel like something is brewing, but it's less so the universe and more so you. Of course, you could be collaborating on this project, say, right, with the universe, but it feels like it's really coming from you. You kind of have this magical vessel that you're putting your efforts and energy into. And I'm feeling someone like meditating, manifesting, and visualizing, specifically meditating and visualizing. And it's kind of like building a home inside your mind and like putting nice things that you would like in it. And I mean nice things by like nice energies, like peace or comfort or abundance financially or energetically or in terms of your health. I feel you visualizing these things and bringing them to you, and that's the magic that this magic little cauldron that you have. Three of Swords, really, as I said, healing from some sort of pain. Three of Swords and the Five of Cups, definitely pain, loss. I also just heard gratitude. I don't know how that applies. Maybe you're doing gratitude meditations in order to bring things to you. You know, believing that you already have what you need, and so anything else is just going to add to that. 10 of Cups is showing itself here. So with the 10 and the 1, that's beginning and end, completion of a cycle of some sort. And it feels to me that both the end of whatever you're leaving and the beginning of whatever is new are both positive. That's an interesting message. I've never gotten that before with the 10 and the Ace. But there's a great positivity to this cycle changing, beginning and ending. Both the ending and the beginning are really, really positive for you. And because that Ten of Cups is just sort of showing itself here in the deck versus like in your actual spread, I feel that maybe you're not feeling that Ten of Cups just yet. You're more in that Three of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Princess of Pentacles energy of being hopeful, but being, and healing, but being in a lot of pain and not yet quite experiencing what it is you see in your mind's eye, Virgo. All right, I would like to see if we can get any other information from this other deck for you. Wow, okay, so the Ace of Pentacles kind of stuck to the table there. This could be the new. We'll see. We'll see if it wants to come out. And then the Ten of Wands. Look at that again. A 10 and a 1. The 10 and the Ace. Different suits, of course, but I'm getting that, like, putting a burden down and starting something new. Really, really feel that, and very positive for you. And I'm not just a reader that's going to give you positive information. You know, as you will figure out, I do pick up on a lot of pain in a lot of readings. And that's because if you're on a spiritual path, it can be painful. I don't know if anyone told you that before you began, but it's the truth. I will not code it any other way. It can be extremely painful. More painful than how you were living before. But guess what? You can't go back, can you? Some of us have tried. Maybe you have. And maybe you experienced a loss because of that. Realizing that like something wasn't for you when you thought you could try it. All right. Spirit, please give me information for Virgo in this soul group. The sign of Virgo, wherever that applies. Okay, let's go ahead and ground this. Cut the deck. Virgo, please. The most pertinent information for this soul group. Any general information before we... Do you want that one? Queen of Cups. Okay. That Queen of Cups is very discerning about which cups she accepts or offers. And as you can see, she's kind of looking at this cup. I don't know if she's receiving it or giving it or just being in its presence. But she's very... I mean, I feel she's very skeptical about this cup, frankly. And so it's right, Virgo. It's using your discernment to know what's for you and what's not. And even though that can be extremely painful to realize, that's quite a painful realization sometimes when, wow, family, friends, things we've known, relationships, family units, our kids, our partners, whatever. It's not to say you're going to abandon these people. Let me make that clear. But like realizing that a certain way of doing things isn't for you. And I'm not even going to get too far into that because you'll know if it's for you. It will make sense immediately. And I won't need to over-explain it to you. That's what I'm being told. Just let it be. Whoever it's for will get it. It will resonate in their soul. Ace of Cups, I'm feeling something about like the chest, like the heart space, or like nurturing energy here. And being bare as well, being vulnerable. Maybe that's difficult for you. Look at that. In this card, she's exposed on one side. On the other, she's taking her top off all the way. It's kind of like about being comfortable and vulnerable and like accepting your situation or who you are or what you want. It's something like that for you, Virgo. You would never be one to have a wardrobe malfunction of any sign, any sign. So for me, this is metaphorical, and it's like allowing yourself to be seen and showing yourself to the world. It's not allowing yourself to be seen, excuse me. It's you taking that initiative to show yourself to the world, to speak up, to set your boundaries, to be clear about what it is you want and who you are, and being perfectly fine with that, proud of that even. Proud of yourself for speaking up and being who you are, versus living in fear of how you might be judged. I really like that for you. Temperance is really calling me right now. There's something about this rainbow and this angel of balance. And if for some reason you do have to leave a sort of family situation. I think there's more family for you. I mean, I can't even imagine how painful that might be. I don't know the specifics. I don't think it's important to know the specifics. My heart goes out to you if that's the case for you. But I want to say there's star family for you. There's soul family for you. There are people that will accept you. That'll accept who you are. And this is a side message. If you want to have children, I feel like that is a possibility for you. I mean, in whatever way works for you in your situation. Adoption, surrogate, whatever. Live birth. I don't know. I don't know the details of all that. But it's like, if being a parent, if having children is very, very important to you in your soul and your heart, like, don't think that you can't have that. Because I see that you can. Especially with all this cups energy, Queen of Cups, nurturing, very nurturing, temperance, very in balance. And I'm hearing someone that's like you want to raise your family in a way that is different from your own experience, and you're working really hard to make sure that is the case for those you love. Okay? All right. Any other information for Virgo here? What are they healing? What is this cycle they're closing? Okay, I'm tapping in a little bit more to you, Virgo. Oh, this came out for you earlier, and I put it back because I wasn't quite ready for it. The Three of Wands. That's what I always say. If a card is going to come out, it's going to come out. So just trust that when readers say that. It's real. You know, traditionally this is a card of like waiting for the ships to come in. You've taken the action, made the decision, and now you're waiting to see what happens. But this feels different. This feels like looking out and assessing where you've been and deciding where you would like to go next. Metaphorically. I mean, it could be literal. It could be geographic. But it feels metaphoric. Like feeling deep down into your soul what you want to experience next. Because it feels like, as I said, this power of visualization somehow. I've never got that with the Princess of Pentacles, right? But I suppose the Page of Pentacles being like the Pentacle suit, material world, working on something, deciding to work on something or to give something. It's sort of like, because it's so young and new, it's sort of like just the beginning stages of seeing these things appear in your life. It's kind of like making that decision mentally in order to bring it about physically. Does that make sense? Okay. For the Ten of Pentacles, I'm getting the Six of Wands and the King of Swords. Wow. All right. There's two things. One is like success and victory and being praised. The other is this King of Swords, and there's nothing inherently negative about the King of Swords. However, if there is a King of Swords type around you in this unit here, and they've cut you out or they do not accept you, two things. One, I just see that happening and I'm sorry. It's just a validation for you. You know, that you're seen and you're heard, and someone feels what you're going through. Another is that they're acting this way, but do you see this kind of father figure down here? He's got a different energy than the King of Swords. He feels more solid and loving. And, wow, this is really specific, but it's like, not all, but some of you who are dealing with a King of Swords type, kind of like masculine figure in your life who cut you out or was really harsh to you about who you are, they actually really do love you. It's some sort of fear within them about accepting you or what other people will think of them if they accept you, and that's very low of them, and I'm sorry, but that is just the case, that it's less to do with you or their love for you and more to do with how they will be perceived. Because you see how this person is kind of being paraded. It's about like visibility, being seen, whatever. it's really, if it okay, this is really specific as well, but if this has to do with a father figure who doesn't accept you because of your orientation, or you've come out, for some, of course, you know, you have to cut your losses and move on. But for others, this person really does love you. It's just they're reckoning with how other people will view them if they accept you. All right, that's heavy, but it feels to me, I'm noticing these Two of Cups in the background. It feels to me like even if you're currently swept up in this current Virgo, there is beautiful golden abundance and glory just behind you. Do you see it's the same color gold as this Three of Pentacles, of being seen for who you are and accepted and appreciated? And do you see how there are all of these roses just under her? It looks like she's just done a dance performance and people are showing her applause by throwing roses. It's kind of like that. If that means anything to you specifically, especially about the roses, this is definitely for you. Yeah, with this Devil card and the mirror, you could be reflecting back to people what they don't want to see in themselves. If you're really living in the light, which I feel that you are, with Temperance and all of this golden light around you, anyone who doesn't accept you, I feel it's because you're bringing up their shadow. They're bringing up who they are not. You have become someone that they can only wish to be, okay? I really feel that. And it can be challenging for them to have to see that reflected in themselves. Okay, Virgo, let's see what else is for you. Any other information for Virgo at this time? I feel someone setting out on a journey. And once again, it could be metaphorical, but it could be geographic. Just setting out on a journey, and this is like where you're taking the first step. And perhaps this message was delayed getting to you because you have to figure these things out first before and decide that you're going to take this step. And this is just a confirmation to you. But if you had heard it sooner, it might have interfered with your process. I'm getting that's really interesting. Virgo. Anything else about Temperance for Virgo, or anything else in general? But I want to know what Temperance is about. More golden light with Temperance. Wow, wow. Oh, wow. Beautiful. I have the chills. I do. Six of Swords and the Magician. Setting off on a journey. Do you see all this yellow? I was just talking about the golden light I was seeing. The Magician and Temperance are very similar to me right now. As above, so below. Balance, having everything you need in order to move on, to start something new, to have something much calmer in your life. It doesn't take away the pain you've experienced. It doesn't. But I think you'll find that letting go of some of this pain. Do you see how here she's in the river of emotions, and here this angel is balancing these same cups in their hands back and forth? It's kind of the flowing. It's kind of like letting emotions flow through you, knowing they're there. It's not throwing them out, but it's letting them flow instead of being swept up. And because, do you see these two cups here? It's kind of like this angel has picked up these two cups. It's honoring and acknowledging your emotions, but letting them flow through you like water, like air, like ether. Okay? What's this Knight of Swords? Oh, we got the Hermit. That's you, Virgo. Look at that. Knight of Swords, cutting out what is superfluous. Excuse me. I got external and superfluous at the same time. So that was that strange new word I discovered. Knight of Swords and the Hermit. Yeah, I think it's like shining your inner light on your truth, on your experience, and cutting out what no longer serves you. I know that's a phrase that could be overused, but I feel that it is truly the case for you right now, especially with the Devil. I don't feel any trouble from this Devil card. And weirdly, I think that Three of Swords is helping. It sounds strange, but you know, every card has a useful energy for us to work with in our lives. And the Three of Swords, I think is preventing you from getting too wrapped up in the devil. It's like whatever pain you've experienced, whatever like extreme, like that feeling of your stomach sinking or your chest hurting because you're just so hurt by something, I think that is preventing you from getting further trapped with this devil. It's going to help you. That Three of Swords is going to help you to move on. Do you see how this person's walking away from a figure in the background? I truly feel that pain you've experienced or you're dealing with or you're healing, it's going to help you move on. Healing. Six of Swords. Temperance. The Magician. Virgo. All right, I'm being given an indication to start your oracle card message. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and we'll come back to the tarot if we're meant to, but Spirit wants me to get you an oracle card. Stat. So let's see what we have for Virgo. Thank you for being here, Virgo, and thanks for letting me share this message with you. If this one wasn't for you, come back next time. Or check your other placements, check the moons. Can you please have a card for Virgo? Sun, rising, North Node, or any other placement that's Virgo. That's so cool. Spirit. Oh my. Okay, I do feel it's, wow, okay. Interesting. So we have 3, and perhaps this is why Spirit wanted me to get on with the oracle messages, because there's several things you need to know here. So, interesting. First we have bitter revenge leads to destruction. Wow. Then we have protect your sacred body temple. Sea angel. Oh my god, isn't she so beautiful? And like this 10 of Cups, she's bare on the chest. Wow, that's a strange double message here. And then we have crown yourself. So this is heavy. This is heavy. I'm getting what's coming through for me, for you, for some of you, is some sort of conflict that occurred, some sort of falling out that might have happened that caused you a lot of pain. And like, once again, I'm holding my chest, like some sort of deep 3 of Swords type pain, 5 of Cups loss. But instead of seeking revenge in whatever way, I think you're deciding to honor yourself and realize it's not worth it. Whatever this is no longer a part of your journey. And that's what I'm feeling with protect your sacred body temple. It feels like you being in a situation is no longer healthy. Maybe it hasn't been healthy for a long time. And stepping away is what's best for you. Stepping into your truth is what's best for you. And therefore you will crown yourself. You will not be looking for this external validation from whoever hurt you, a group or a person or a situation. You will be deciding on your own that you are worthy and beautiful and loved. That's what I really feel for you, Virgo. So I'm going to take some time to read from the book. If you would like to part way now, feel free. Part ways now. Feel free. Otherwise, please stick around. We're going to get a little bit more messages for you. So we'll start with number 13. Bitter revenge leads to destruction. Whew. Ishtar and Gilgamesh. You may know someone who always strives to get their own way, and when they don't, will unleash a myriad of events trying to push an outcome. Vengeance will always boomerang. It's the law of physics. Action and reaction, and usually does not lead to the desired scenario. The best defense is to hold to right action and your own truth. Gorgeous. Next, we have number 10, Sea Angel. Protect your sacred body temple. I love her. I want to put her on my wall. Find and hold on to the sacred in your life. Do not let it be sullied by others or used in a profane way. This includes your own sacred vehicle, your body temple. Appreciate, protect, and care for yourself as you would a divine manifestation. Wow. That's really mirroring to me this 10 of Cups. Oh, excuse me. Ace of Cups. There's something with the 10 and the Ace, I'm telling you. This sort of magical vessel that's being protected and put into a manifestation, but that's also you. That's also your soul and your physical body. Keeping it safe. And finally, number 28, King Arthur's footprint, crown yourself. When you can embody and integrate the heavens and the earth, the male and the female, then you are ready to proceed. Wow. This is gorgeous. Side message, not for everybody, but this, with this accepting yourself and loving yourself, not to the detriment of others, you know, despite whatever others feel about that, and crowning yourself, making yourself whole. It could be a side message for those of you who are coming out as non-binary or perhaps trans, but there's something special for some of you who are coming out in that way. Okay. Gorgeous, Virgo. Thank you so much for being here. I just want to show you this Temperance card one more time. This beautiful angel of balance. And it feels like an important energy for you to try to embody right now. Until next time, Virgo, do take care. Bye.